Ayan was a passionate young artist, always sketching in the back of his notebooks during school and filling up old journals with color and imagination. His dream was to one day hold an art exhibition of his own. But that dream began to fade the more he opened social media. Every scroll showed someone his age, or younger, receiving awards, traveling for exhibitions, and gaining followers by the thousands. At first, he admired them, but admiration turned into quiet jealousy. "They're so far ahead. What's the point of even trying?" he'd whisper to himself late at night, staring at unfinished drawings. Instead of focusing on improving his skills, he spent hours comparing himself to others' highlights. The sketches that once brought him peace now filled him with anxiety. His joy faded, his energy vanished, and his inner voice kept repeating, "Maybe I'm just not good enough." Deep down, a painful question lingered. Why does my journey never feel like enough? One morning, Ayan opened his phone and saw a post that hit him hard. A boy 2 years younger than him had just won an international art award. There was a picture of him holding the trophy, smiling with pride. Ayan stared at it for minutes, frozen. His chest felt tight, like he couldn't breathe properly. "Why not me?" he thought, the bitterness rising quietly in his throat. He slammed his sketchbook shut. That day he didn't draw, nor the next. Days turned into weeks. His colors stayed untouched. His canvas collected dust. Even looking at his tools made his stomach twist. One afternoon, his mother walked into his room, surprised to find his desk bare. "You haven't painted in a while," she said gently. He shrugged, avoiding eye contact. "What's the point?" he mumbled. "No matter how hard I try, there's always someone better." She paused, then said with calm clarity, "But you're not here to beat anyone. You're here to become yourself." Ayan's mom gently suggested he visit his old art teacher, Mr. Khanna, a quiet man with a calm gaze and silver-streaked beard, who always knew what to say without saying much. Ayan hadn't seen him in over a year, but something inside told him to go. That weekend, he walked into Mr. Khanna's small studio filled with plants, paint, and unfinished canvases. The walls were covered in gentle, expressive pieces. Mr. Khanna welcomed him with a soft smile and warm tea. After a few silent minutes, Ayan finally admitted, "I don't think I'm good enough. Everyone's ahead of me. I just stopped trying." Mr. Khanna didn't interrupt. Instead, he walked Ayan outside into his garden and pointed toward two plants, one a strong, towering tree, the other a tiny flower in bloom. "They're both growing," he said. "The tree takes years to reach the sky. The flower blooms in weeks. But each is beautiful. Each grows in its own time. Why compare what was never meant to compete?" Mr. Khanna sat down on a stone bench beneath the trees and motioned for Ayan to join him. The afternoon sun filtered through the branches, casting shifting patterns of light on the ground. "Let me tell you a story," he said quietly. "Long ago, people argued about who was greater, the sun or the moon." Ayan looked at him curiously. Mr. Khanna continued, "Some praised the sun for its heat and power. Others loved the moon for its softness and glow. They tried to compare them, forgetting something simple." He paused, then smiled. "The sun and the moon never compete." He pointed to the sky. "They rise at different times. They light different worlds. The sun rules the day, the moon calms the night. They both shine, Ayan, but only when it's their time." Ayan listened, his chest slowly unclenching. "Don't waste your dawn comparing it to someone else's noon," Mr. Khanna added. "Both are beautiful, but only if you let them shine on their own." That evening, something shifted in Ayan. As he walked home, the story of the sun and moon echoed in his mind. He looked at the sky, saw both stars and moonlight and thought, "They're not in a race. Why am I?" He opened the drawer where he had stuffed his sketchbook weeks ago. It felt dusty, forgotten. But as his fingers touched the cover, something sparked. Not competition, not comparison, just the pure desire to create again. He sat by his window and began drawing, not to impress anyone, not to prove anything, but simply to feel the pencil move again. He set himself a small goal, one sketch a day. He didn't care if it was messy. It was about showing up, not showing off. And with each stroke, a little joy returned. As days passed, Ayan kept his promise. He drew every day, some good, some rough, but all honest. His focus shifted from results to rhythm, from being the best to being consistent. He started to feel proud, not for being ahead, but for not giving up. 3 months later, he submitted one of his pieces to a local gallery, not expecting much. To his surprise, it was selected. People admired his work, not just for talent, but for its raw emotion and originality. But what mattered more to Ayan was this. He had grown, not faster than others, just better than who he used to be. That was his real success. Ayan stood in front of his artwork on the gallery wall, quietly watching people admire it. He didn't need to explain anything. His journey was right there, in every brushstroke, every imperfect line. He thought of all the nights he felt like quitting, all the times he doubted himself. And now, here he was, not because he rushed, but because he kept walking. He finally understood. The sun and moon, the flower and the tree, all grow at their own pace. He smiled to himself and whispered, "I'm not behind. I'm just on my way." And that, for him, was enough. Now it's your turn. You've just heard Ayan's story, a boy who almost gave up because he measured himself against someone else's timeline. But once he let go of comparison, he grew. He found his own rhythm, his own strength. So ask yourself now, what could you become if you stopped comparing and simply started showing up for your own growth? Not to race, not to prove, just to rise, at your pace, in your season, with your light. Because your journey isn't supposed to look like anyone else's. It's supposed to look like yours.